you're stuck in the rewind loop, playing every word, every look, every silent goodbye. But detachment isn't coldness. It's choosing peace over the endless noise of false hope. It's the moment you stop chasing what's gone and start chasing your own peace. This is where your healing begins, not with their return, but with your own release. Chapter 1. Stop pretending you're okay. You're not okay. And that's the hardest truth to admit. But it's the first step. Pretending you're fine when every part of you is screaming otherwise only makes the pain dig deeper. It doesn't disappear because you smile or nod or say, "I'm good," when you're not. Ignoring the hurt is like shoving a knife into a wound and wrapping it tight. The pain doesn't vanish. It festers. It buries itself deeper inside you until it controls more of your life than you realize. Stop pretending. Stop telling yourself you're okay when you're not. It's okay to be broken. You don't have to be whole all the time. You don't have to plaster on a mask for the world. The raw, ugly, messy parts of heartbreak are where the healing begins. To heal, you have to feel, fully, without shame, without judgment. That ache in your chest, that lump in your throat, the tears you want to hide, these are your truth. They're the proof you loved, the proof you lost, the proof that you're human. You might think feeling the pain will break you more. It won't. That's a lie your mind tells to keep you safe in numbness. Feeling the pain is how you break free from its hold. It's how you stop being a prisoner to what hurt you. You have to let go of the idea that strength is hiding your tears. Strength is sitting with them. Strength is saying, "I'm hurting, and I will not run from it anymore." The pain loses power when you shine a light on it. The silence around your feelings gives them control. Name the pain. Speak it aloud. Cry, rage, scream if you have to. You are not weak. You are waking up. Take Sarah's story. She kept smiling at work, laughing with colleagues, acting like nothing was wrong. But at home, her world was crumbling. Every text she didn't answer, every door she closed with a slammed heart, she told herself to be strong, to hold it together. But inside, she was breaking. One night, the weight became unbearable. She let herself cry until there were no tears left. She admitted to herself the truth she had buried for months. She was broken. That night, she felt something shift. It wasn't a miracle cure. It wasn't like the pain vanished. But facing it gave her power. Power to stop pretending. Power to start healing. You don't have to wait for a breakdown to let yourself feel. You can start now. Set a timer for 10 minutes every day. 10 minutes to sit with your feelings. No phone, no distractions, no "I'm fine" lies. Just you and your heart. Close your eyes if it helps. Breathe. Notice what's there. Sadness, anger, confusion, loneliness, name it out loud. I am sad. I am angry. I feel lost. Whatever it is, say it. Saying your emotions shatters their silent control. It pulls them out of the shadows where they fester and gives you the chance to see them clearly. This daily practice isn't about wallowing. It's about breaking patterns. It's about telling your pain, "I see you. I hear you." When you do this, you stop pretending. You stop hiding. You start to reclaim yourself. The tears you shed in these moments are not a sign of defeat. They're a sign of courage. They're proof that you're choosing healing over numbness. You might be tempted to skip this part, to rush ahead, to distract yourself with work, scrolling, or anything that dulls the ache. But remember, ignoring the pain doesn't erase it. It buries it deeper. It's like quicksand. The more you struggle without facing it, the harder it is to escape. You have to feel the hurt fully to start breaking its hold. Healing is not about forgetting. It's about accepting. Accepting that you are broken right now. Accepting that you are hurting. Accepting that this is part of your journey. It's messy. It's painful. It's raw, but it's also real. And real is where healing begins. You don't have to do this alone, but you do have to do it honestly. If you keep pretending, you're only lying to yourself. You don't need their apology to heal. You don't need closure from them. You need closure from your own heart. You need to stop waiting for the people who hurt you to show up with answers or apologies that might never come. They already showed you who they are. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you. Stop putting on a brave face for others. Stop telling your story like it's over when it's still unfolding inside you. You deserve to grieve. You deserve to feel. You deserve to sit with your pain and let it teach you how to grow. The more you resist, the longer you stay stuck. The more you pretend, the more the pain controls you. This is your permission slip. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to say it out loud. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel broken. Because in that brokenness is the seed of your healing. The moment you stop pretending, you start to heal. The moment you face the pain, you reclaim your life. So tonight, when the world is asleep and your heart is wide awake, sit with your pain. Name it. Feel it. Let it move through you. This is the work that sets you free. This is the work that turns heartbreak into hope. You have to let go. Stop waiting for closure. They already showed you who they are. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you. You don't need their apology to heal. Once you stop pretending you're okay, you open the door to real healing. But there's a next step, because healing isn't a straight line. Sometimes it's about quitting the chase, especially the chase for answers and closure from the wrong places. That's where we go next. Quit chasing closure from the wrong places. Chapter 2. Quit chasing closure from the wrong places. You're sitting there, scrolling your phone at 2 a.m., hoping for a text, hoping for a call, hoping for some kind of explanation that will finally make sense of the mess. But it doesn't come. It rarely does. And every moment you wait, every second you spend hoping, you stay stuck. You keep dragging your heart through the same old wounds, replaying the same questions, demanding answers from a silence that will never speak. Closure isn't a text. It's not a call. It's not even an explanation. These things are fleeting, unreliable, and often unavailable. Waiting for someone else to fix your pain is like holding your breath underwater, waiting for the surface to come calling. It won't. You have to come up for air yourself. Think about Mark. Mark was desperate for closure. He begged for answers that never came. He sent texts, left voicemails, reached out to mutual friends in Ithing to get a glimpse of why she left, why she stopped loving him. But the silence was deafening. No explanations, no apologies, just cold distance. At first, Mark couldn't accept it. He thought if he just heard the right words, if he just got that one last conversation, he could finally move on. But the words never came, and something changed. Mark stopped chasing. He stopped waiting for her to give him the closure he thought he needed. Instead, he looked inside. He wrote a letter everything he wanted to say, everything he needed to say. It was raw. It was angry. It was sad. It was real. And then he burned it. He watched the flames consume the paper, and with it, the hold she had on him. Mark didn't need her permission to heal. He found closure within himself. This is the truth you have to face right now. You don't need their words. You don't need their apology. You don't need their permission to find peace. Healing starts when you stop waiting for them to fix your pain. When you stop chasing something that doesn't exist. When you stop giving away your power. Maybe you're thinking, but what if I'm missing something? What if there's a reason they left me in the dark? It doesn't matter. This isn't about them anymore. This is about you, about your heart, about your peace. You have to let go of the idea that their silence is some kind of final answer. It's not. It's just silence. So what do you do when you feel this desperate need for closure? When the questions keep spinning in your mind like a broken record? You do what Mark did. You write a letter. But here's the catch: you never send it. You say everything you need to say. You pour out your pain, your anger, your confusion. You tell them what you wish they'd said. You name the hurt, the betrayal, the loneliness. You get it all out. And then you destroy it. Burn it, shred it, delete it. Because your peace doesn't need their permission. Your healing doesn't depend on their response. That letter is for you. It's your way to reclaim your voice, to take back your power, to stop waiting for something that will never come. You have to stop pretending you're okay. You've already done that. Now stop pretending you need closure from them. You don't. You have to stop chasing their words and start chasing your own peace. This isn't easy. It's painful. It's raw. But it's necessary. Because closure is an inside job. It's not a favor someone else does for you. It's something you give yourself. Let me say it again, because it's that important. Closure is not a text, a call, or an explanation. Waiting for those things keeps you stuck. It's a trap. And every moment you spend trapped is a moment lost from your healing. You have to break free. You have to stop waiting. You have to stop hoping for something that will never come. They already showed you who they are. Let that be enough. Don't keep asking for more. Your heart is not a puzzle they have to solve. Your heart is not a mystery they have to explain. Your heart is yours. It deserves your care, your kindness, your own answers. This is why writing that letter is so powerful. It's a way to stop waiting. It's a way to say, I'm done. Not done with healing, but done with waiting for them to give you permission to heal. When you burn that letter, when you delete it, you're making a choice. You're choosing yourself. You're choosing freedom. You're choosing to stop looking back. It's time to stop chasing closure from the wrong places. It's time to stop hoping for answers that won't come. It's time to find the closure that lives inside you. You don't need someone else to fix your broken heart. You don't need their explanation to move forward. You just need to decide you're done waiting. This isn't about them anymore. This is about you, your peace, your healing, your life. And when you finally stop chasing, when you stop waiting, that's when healing starts. You've taken the hardest step already by admitting you're not okay. Now take the next. Stop looking back. Start facing forward. Chapter 3. Stop looking back. Start facing forward. You keep turning back to the past like it's a warm blanket. But it's not warmth you're feeling. It's a trap. A trap dressed as comfort. Every time you scroll through old messages, replay that fight, or haunt the places you used to go together, you tighten the chains around your heart. The past can't be changed. No matter how much you wish it could be, no matter how long you stare at it, it stays the same. Stuck, frozen. And you stay stuck with it. Look at Jenna. Every night, she found herself scrolling through the same old texts. What if I hadn't said that? What if I had stayed? She drowned in the what-ifs, swimming deeper into the memories that kept her from breathing in the present. It was like she was holding onto a ghost, hoping it would come back to life. But ghosts don't come back. They just haunt you. One day, Jenna hit delete. She wiped out those old conversations, erased the photos, and turned off the songs that played like a broken record. Suddenly, there was space. Space to breathe. Space to think about something other than loss. Space to grow. You have to let go. It's that simple. But it's also the hardest thing you'll do, because the past feels safe. It's the story you know. It's the pain you carry like a familiar scar. But you don't need to carry it anymore. Not if you want to heal. You don't need their apology to heal. You don't need their explanation or their promises. You need yourself. You need to stop waiting for closure. They already showed you who they are. Now show yourself who you can be. Removing the triggers is the first step. Photos, songs, place these are the keys to the cage. When you keep them close, you keep yourself locked inside the pain. When you throw them out, when you avoid those places, when you refuse to play that song, you break the lock. You take the first step toward freedom. It's not about forgetting. It's about choosing not to live in the past anymore. Start building new routines. Replace those old habits with something that belongs only to your future self. Take a different route home. Change your morning playlist. Find a new coffee shop. Create rituals that feel like growth, not grief. When you wake up, don't reach for your phone to check messages that won't come. Reach for a book, or a journal, or a walk outside. Let your future self fill the space that your past self left empty. You can't build who you're going to be on the ruins of who you were. You have to clear the debris first. That means no more late night scrolling through old texts. No more revisiting the places that hurt. No more listening to the songs that rewind the pain. It's brutal, yes, but brutal is the path to healing. You don't have to do this all at once. Take it step by step. Delete one photo today. Unfollow one person on social media tomorrow. Skip that coffee shop this week. Each small choice is a brick laid in the foundation of your new life. Each small step takes you away from the past and closer to the future you deserve. And when the memories come flooding back in, they will you remind yourself, this isn't about them anymore. This is about you. This is about your peace, your growth, your healing. You have to stop looking back. You have to stop living in yesterday's story. You have to face forward, even when it feels like the road ahead is empty and uncertain. The past will always be there, but it doesn't have to have power over you. You don't have to be a prisoner. You can be a survivor. You can be the author of your own story from this moment on. Let go of the comfort that traps you. Choose freedom instead. Choose growth instead. Choose healing instead. You've already taken the hardest step by admitting you're not okay. Now, take the next step by refusing to live in the past. You have to let go. Stop waiting for closure. They already showed you who they are. This isn't about them anymore, it's about you. And it starts with what you do right now. Right here. Right this minute. Clear the space in your life for something new. Clear the space in your heart for something real. You don't need their apology to heal. You don't need their explanation to move on. You just need to stop looking back. The future is waiting for you. It's messy and uncertain, yes, but it's yours. Remember Jenna? When she deleted the reminders, she created space to grow. You can do the same. Remove the triggers. Replace the routines. Face forward. You're not just surviving this heartbreak or beginning to heal. You're beginning to live again. And this is just the start. The journey ahead isn't easy. You have to own your part in what happened. You have to forgive yourself for the mistakes, the doubts, the times you wish things were different. Healing isn't about blame. Healing is about understanding and owning your truth. That's the next step. Own your part, then forgive yourself. Only then can you truly move forward. Chapter 4. Own your part, then forgive yourself. Blame is a dead end. It feels like a trap that tightens around your chest, squeezing harder the more you struggle. You think if you can just punish yourself enough, if you can carry the weight of every mistake, maybe then the pain will stop. But it doesn't. It only grows louder. It only digs deeper. You have to stop this cycle. You have to own your part without drowning in guilt or self-hate. That's where real growth begins. Look, I'm not asking you to dodge responsibility. You messed up. Maybe you said things you wish you could take back. Maybe you stayed silent when you should have spoken. Maybe you missed the signs or ignored the truth. Whatever it was, it's yours. Own it. Own it with honesty, not with shame. Shame keeps you stuck. Shame tells you you're broken beyond repair. But owning your part means seeing your mistakes clearly, learning from them, and then moving forward. Louis was stuck for months in a pit of self-blame. Every night, he replayed the worst moments over and over in his head. He whispered to himself that he was the cause of everything that fell apart. He thought if he punished himself enough, he'd pay the price and maybe get some relief. But relief never came. Instead, the shame swallowed him whole. He stopped answering calls. He stopped going out. He stopped believing in himself. One day, Louis did something small but monumental. He forgave himself, not because he erased the past or excused what happened. Forgiveness wasn't a free pass. It was an act of courage. He said to himself, I am human. I made mistakes. I am still worthy of kindness. That simple shift lit a path out of the darkness. It didn't fix everything overnight. It didn't erase the pain, but it gave him a foothold to climb out of despair. You have to do the same. Forgiveness is not for them. It's not for the person who hurt you or the situation that failed you. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you. You don't need their apology to heal. You need your own. You need to say, I forgive myself for the times I faltered. I forgive myself for the moments I didn't know better. I forgive myself for being human. It's hard to forgive yourself when your inner critic is screaming louder than your heart. That voice that feeds on your insecurities, that drags you through every mistake like it's a chain around your neck. You have to fight back. You have to drown that voice out with compassion. Treat yourself like you would treat a friend. Imagine your best friend came to you right now, broken and blaming themselves for everything. What would you say? Would you remind them they're worthy? Would you tell them that mistakes don't define them? Would you encourage them to be gentle with themselves? Write those words down. Write them as if you were the friend, reaching out with an open hand. Now say those words to yourself every morning. Say them out loud if you can. Say them in the mirror if you have to. Because you need to hear it. You need to feel it. You need to remind your heart that it's okay to be imperfect. It's okay to have failed. It's okay to start over. Stop waiting for closure from the past. Stop chasing explanations that will never heal you. You have to let go of the story where you're the villain. You're more than the mistakes you made. You're more than the moments you regret. You deserve to be free from that burden. Owning your part doesn't mean carrying the weight of the whole world. It means standing in your truth without collapsing under the pressure. It means saying, I am responsible for my actions, but I am not defined by my failures. That is power. That is freedom. That is the beginning of healing. Louis's story isn't unique. We all carry pieces of blame. We all replay the what-ifs and if-onlys. But the difference between staying stuck and moving forward is forgiveness. The difference is kindness to yourself. The difference is breaking the cycle of guilt and shame before it breaks you. If you find yourself drowning in blame, try this. Write down what you'd say to a friend in your shoes. Then say those words to yourself every morning. Make it a ritual. Let it be your anchor. Let it be the voice that drowns out the self-hate. Let it be the light that guides you through the darkest nights. This isn't about forgetting. It's about learning. It's about growing. It's about finally stopping the war inside your own heart. You have to stop pretending you're okay when you're not, but you also have to stop being your own worst enemy. You don't have to carry this alone. You just have to start by owning your part and forgiving yourself. Remember, healing isn't a straight line. It's messy, it's painful, it's slow. But it starts here with you, with your willingness to face the truth without being crushed by it, with your courage to say, I am human, I am flawed, and I am worthy. You have to let go of blame. You have to quit waiting for someone else to fix this. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you. When you stop caring about being perfect, when you stop caring about punishing yourself, that's when healing starts. And as you take that first step, as you find that spark of forgiveness within, keep moving forward. Keep facing the path ahead. Because the next step in this journey is learning how to detach without losing your heart. You'll need to learn that balance, to protect your heart without closing it off, to love yourself enough to walk away without regret. But for now, own your part. Forgive yourself. Say those kind words every morning. Let that be the foundation on which you rebuild, because you deserve to heal. You deserve to be free, and you are not alone. Chapter 5. Detach without losing your heart. Detachment isn't about shutting down. It's not about becoming cold or numb. It's about protecting your heart from further damage. It's about loving yourself enough to step back when everything inside you screams to hold on tighter. You have to understand this. Detaching is a radical act of self-care. It's saying, I am more important than the pain I'm feeling right now. It's saying, I will not let this break me any further. You're not giving up on love or kindness when you detach. You're simply choosing to stop bleeding for someone who won't bandage your wounds. This is hard because your heart wants to stay connected. Your mind wants to replay every memory, analyze every word, and find reasons to hope. But hope can be a liar. It can keep you chained to a future that will never come. Detachment is the truth teller. It whispers, you deserve peace. And that whisper needs to be louder than any fantasy you hold on to. Look at Mia. She was caught in the endless loop of checking his social media, scrolling through pictures, reading old comments. It was like a poison she couldn't stop drinking. But one day, she decided to stop poisoning herself. She didn't block him out entirely. She didn't rage quit her feelings. Instead, she stopped obsessing. She allowed herself to care quietly from a distance. She wished him well silently, without needing his approval or response. She learned to care without depending on his presence. That's the subtle power of detachment. Detachment means you can still feel love without needing it back. You can still wish someone well without needing to hear it in return. You can still be kind to yourself without bending over backward for someone who won't meet you halfway. This is not weakness. This is strength wearing the armor of self-respect. It's a boundary that says, I will not sacrifice my peace for your presence. Every day, you have to practice this boundary setting. Say no when your heart wants to say yes out of desperation. Mute the notifications that pull you back into the past. Walk away from conversations that only reopen the wounds. Your peace is your priority, not their approval, not their explanation, not their apology. This is about you. You don't need their permission to heal. It's okay to feel the urge to reach out, to want to know if they miss you like you miss them, to wonder if they think about you in the quiet hours. But you have to remind yourself, This isn't about them anymore. This is about you, about reclaiming your time, your energy, your heart. It's about learning to stand alone without feeling like you're losing a part of yourself. Let's be clear. Detachment is messy. It's painful. You'll have moments when you want to run back, when you want to break your own rules, when you want to say, just this once. But those moments are exactly when you have to hold on tighter, because every time you don't, you give away a piece of your healing. You give away your power, and you don't get it back by going back. You have to let go. You have to stop waiting for closure from the wrong places. You have to stop looking back. They already showed you who they are, and you don't need their apology to heal. Detaching is not a betrayal of your feelings. It's an act of respect for your own heart. It's a way of saying, I am worth more than this pain. Practice this daily. Set boundaries, small and big. Say no when you want to say yes to something that hurts you. Mute that social media account when it steals your peace. Walk away from the temptation to text them first. This isn't about punishing yourself or being harsh. It's about protecting the tender parts of you that are still learning to breathe again. Remember, healing doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean erasing the past. It means making peace with it. It means teaching your heart to hold its own hand. When you detach without losing your heart, you are not closing off love. You are creating space for healthier love to grow, for love that doesn't drain you, for love that lifts you. It's not easy. Nothing worth healing ever is. But every time you choose peace over pain, you rewrite your story. You reclaim your narrative. You prove to yourself that you can survive this, that you can emerge stronger, wiser, and more whole. So stop waiting for them to change or come back. Your healing doesn't depend on their timeline. It depends on your willingness to protect your heart, to care from a place of strength, not need, to choose yourself first. This is your journey now. Step back with love. Set your boundaries with courage. Detach without losing your heart, because that's when healing truly starts. Chapter 6. Stop waiting for them to change or come back. Hope tied to someone else's actions is a slow poison. It creeps in quietly. It whispers that one day, maybe, they'll come back. Maybe they'll change. But every day you wait, every moment you hold on to that hope, you're putting your own healing on hold. You're giving your power away. You're telling yourself that your happiness depends on something outside of you. That's a dangerous place to live. You have to stop waiting. Stop waiting for them to fix themselves. Stop waiting for a call that may never come. Stop waiting for a text that won't arrive. The truth is, they already showed you who they are. If they wanted to come back, they would have. If they wanted to change, they would have. Holding on to hope tied to their timeline is like holding on to broken glass, hoping it will become whole again. It won't. You don't need to wait for someone else to decide to be kind, to be loving, to be present. You need to start deciding that for yourself. Take David's story. For years, he held on to the fantasy of her return. He replayed every word, every moment, every maybe they shared. He built a small world inside his mind where she would come back, where things would be different, where love would heal every crack. But that world was an illusion. It kept him trapped. He couldn't move forward because he was still living in the past. Then one day, something shifted. He stopped waiting. He stopped hoping for her to come back. He stopped tying his healing to her actions. The moment he let go, he finally moved on. He started living his own life again. He found freedom in the space he had created for himself, not for someone else. You can do the same. It's not easy. It's not quick, but it's necessary. You have to replace hope with something real, something solid, something within your control. Replace hope with self-investment. Choose yourself. Choose your growth. Choose your healing. Set goals that don't involve them. Build a life that doesn't depend on someone else to complete it. Ask yourself, what can I do for me today? What steps can I take right now that don't require their presence or approval? Maybe it's picking up a new hobby. Maybe it's focusing on your career. Maybe it's rebuilding friendships you left behind. Maybe it's therapy, journaling, or simply taking better care of your body. Whatever it is, make it yours. Make it about your progress, your joy, your sanity. It's not about forgetting them or pretending they never mattered. It's about creating a foundation that's so strong, so full, so alive, that their absence is no longer the center of your universe. You don't have to wait for closure from them. You don't need their apology, their explanation, or their change. They already showed you who they are. It's time to stop waiting for them to be the person they never were. Stop waiting for the relationship that wasn't built to last. Stop waiting for a future that was never promised. Your healing can't wait on their timeline. Your healing belongs to you. This is about reclaiming your time, your heart, your energy. It's about taking back the minutes you spent hoping and turning them into moments that serve you. Each day you spend waiting is a day you don't get back. Each hope you hold on to is a chain that keeps you tied to the past. Break those chains. Free yourself. Start by identifying where you're stuck. When does your mind drift to them? When does hope sneak in disguised as a comforting thought? Catch those moments. Recognize them. Then shift your focus immediately. Remind yourself, I don't need this to heal. I don't need them to change for me to move forward. I am enough. I am whole. I am worthy of love, even without them. Replace the question, will they come back? With, what can I do today to love myself better? Replace, maybe they'll change, with I can change my story. Replace if only they, with I am choosing me. These shifts are small but powerful. They are the first steps toward freedom. It's also okay to feel the pain of letting go. It's okay to feel the loneliness that comes when you stop waiting. That loneliness is real, and it hurts. But it's not the enemy. It's the space where healing begins. You have to feel it fully, then fill your own cup. Make yourself your priority. Invest in your happiness. Cultivate your resilience. Build a life so rich and full that hope tied to someone else's actions becomes unnecessary. This isn't about erasing the past or pretending it didn't matter. It's about acknowledging that your future doesn't have to be defined by someone who left it undefined. It's about choosing to walk forward, even when the path is unclear. Even when the night feels dark and endless, you have to let go. You have to stop waiting. You have to choose yourself. Remember, healing is a journey you take alone. It's not about waiting for the other person to show up or change. It's about showing up for yourself every day, no matter how hard it is. It's about building something new from the ashes of what was. It's about turning the page and writing your own story. You don't need their apology to heal. You don't need their return to be whole. You already have everything you need inside you. The moment you stop waiting for them to change or come back is the moment your real healing begins. Now it's time to take the next step. Feel the loneliness, then fill your own cup. Chapter 7. Feel the loneliness, then fill your own cup. Loneliness is not the enemy. Hear that again. Loneliness is not your enemy. It's a signal. It's a flashing light telling you something important you need to reconnect with yourself. You've been looking outward for so long. You've been chasing someone else's approval, waiting for someone else's return, hoping for someone else's validation. But when they're gone, what's left? That emptiness you feel, it's not emptiness. It's a space waiting to be filled, you. You might be scared of being alone. Maybe you've always thought being alone meant being empty, unloved, incomplete. That's a lie you've been told. Being alone doesn't mean you're broken. It means you have a chance to discover who you are beneath the pain, beneath the loss, beneath the noise of what used to be. Take Priya's story. She was terrified of being alone. After her relationship ended, she thought loneliness would swallow her whole. She thought the silence would be unbearable. But slowly, she started to sit with herself. At first, it was uncomfortable. The quiet was loud. Her own thoughts were strangers. But day by day, she learned to enjoy her own company. She read books she never had time for. She took walks without looking at her phone. She tried painting, just to see what would come out. Her loneliness didn't disappear, but it changed. It became a bridge to self-love. The loneliness wasn't the enemy. It was the doorway, and she walked through it. You can do this too. The truth is, healing doesn't start when someone else comes back. It doesn't start when you get that text or that apology. Healing starts when you stop running from loneliness and start facing it head-on. When you stop pretending you're okay just because you're scared to be alone. When you stop waiting for closure from the wrong places and instead find closure within yourself. So what does that look like for you? First, stop avoiding being alone. Stop filling every quiet moment with distractions that numb endless scrolling, binge-watching, texting anyone who will answer. That's not filling your cup. That's just putting a lid on the pain for a moment. The pain is still there. It's still waiting for you to face it. Instead, schedule time for solo activities that nourish your soul. This is not a suggestion. It's a prescription. Pick something simple. Reading, walking, journaling, cooking. Whatever feels just a little bit good, just a little bit peaceful. Not because you have to, because you deserve it. Because you're worth that time with yourself. When you're alone, pay attention. Notice the small moments of joy that come up unexpectedly. Maybe it's the way the sunlight hits your kitchen in the morning. Maybe it's the sound of birds outside your window. Maybe it's the warmth of your own breath as you sit quietly. Celebrate these moments. They are proof that you are not empty, proof that you can find happiness within yourself. You have to stop thinking loneliness is a punishment. It's not. It's a message. It's your heart's way of saying, I need more of me right now. Listen to it. Show up for yourself the way you wish someone else had shown up for you. Be your own safe place. Remember, this isn't about them anymore. They already showed you who they are. You don't need their apology to heal. You don't need their return to be whole. You need to fill your own cup until it overflows. Until you forget what it felt like to be incomplete. This is hard work. It's raw. It's messy. Some days, loneliness will feel unbearable. You'll want to run. You'll want to reach out. You'll want to pretend it's not happening. But every time you choose to sit with yourself instead, you're rewiring your heart. You're teaching yourself that you can survive your own company, that you can thrive in your own space, that you can be whole all on your own. And when you do that one, you embrace your loneliness. When you fill your own cup, you start to heal. Not because the pain disappears overnight, but because you're no longer running from it. You're meeting it with courage. You're meeting yourself with kindness. And that changes everything. So start now. Put something on your calendar, a walk, a book, 30 minutes of silence in your room, just one thing. Then do it again tomorrow, and the next day, Keep showing up. Keep filling your cup. The loneliness will still be there sometimes. That's okay. It's part of the process, but it won't feel like a void anymore. It will feel like a space that belongs to you. A space where you can breathe. A space where you can grow. You have to let go. Stop waiting for closure from them. Stop hoping for their return. This isn't about them anymore, it's about you. It's about reclaiming your heart and your life. It's about learning how to be your own best friend. This chapter is a stepping stone. You've stopped pretending you're okay. You've quit chasing closure from the wrong places. You've stopped looking back and started facing forward. You've owned your part and forgiven yourself. You've detached without losing your heart. You've stopped waiting for them to change or come back. Now you're learning to feel your loneliness without fear. You're learning to fill your own cup with the love and care you deserve. And that's the foundation for everything that comes next. The next step is about stopping the search for validation outside yourself. Because once your cup is full, you won't need anyone else to tell you you're enough. You'll already know. That's the next lesson. But for now, breathe into this moment. Feel your loneliness. Fill your cup. You're healing. You're growing. You're becoming whole. And that is everything. Chapter 8. Stop seeking validation from others. You keep looking for signs, for approval, for someone else to tell you you're okay, that you're enough, that you're worthy. It's a trap. You think their words will mend the hole in your chest. You think their approval will fill the emptiness. But it doesn't. It never does. Relying on outside validation keeps your heart fragile. You're building your strength on a foundation that can crumble at any moment, depending on someone else's mood, their attention, their willingness to show up. That's why you feel so hollow. That's why you feel so lost. Look at Tom. After his breakup, he was desperate for compliments. He needed someone to remind him he still mattered. Every like on social media, every casual comment from a friend, every "you're doing great" felt like a lifeline. But when the praise stopped, the emptiness returned. He was still hollow, still fragile. His confidence was like a balloon, inflated only when others breathed into it. The moment they stopped, the balloon deflated, and he was left gasping for air. Sound familiar? Tom had to learn the hard truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you your self-worth on a silver platter. You have to stop looking out there for it. You have to turn inward. Real strength comes from inside. True healing begins when you stop needing others to tell you you're enough. When you finally become your own biggest fan. It's not easy. It's the hardest part of healing. Because society conditions us to seek approval. We grow up learning that we need to be liked, to be accepted, to be rewarded by others. We think our value depends on external validation. But that's a lie. Your worth doesn't fluctuate based on someone else's opinion. You don't need their applause to feel whole. Start with small daily actions. Each morning or night, write down 3 things you like about yourself. Not what others like about you. Not what you think will impress someone else. But the things you genuinely appreciate. Maybe it's your resilience, your sense of humor, your kindness, your ability to listen, your courage to keep going. Write them down. Say them out loud. Repeat them until your reflection becomes your biggest fan. You have to retrain your mind. Every time you reach for that phone, hoping for a text, hoping for some sign that you matter, stop. Breathe. Remind yourself you don't need that to feel worthy. Your validation comes from within. The more you feed your soul that truth, the stronger you become. The more you stop giving power to others to define you, the less fragile your heart feels. This isn't just about feeling better. It's about protecting yourself. When you rely on outside approval, Your heart is like a glass vase, delicate and prone to shattering. Each rejection, each silence, each unmet expectation cracks it a little more. But when your validation lives inside you, your heart becomes armor. Not cold or hard-strung and resilient. You can face the silence. You can handle the rejection. You can walk away without breaking. Think about those moments you felt most confident after your breakup. Were they because someone told you looked good or that you're doing well? Or were they moments when you recognized your own strength, when you faced your pain head on and said, I'm still here. I'm still standing. That's the power of internal validation. That's where real healing starts. It's okay to want connection. It's human to crave reassurance. But you can't build your self-worth on someone else's words or actions. You have to build it yourself. Because when you don't, you're handing them the power to hurt you again and again. You're giving them the key to your peace. Every time you catch yourself waiting for someone else to confirm your value, challenge that thought. Ask yourself, do I really need their approval to feel worthy? The answer is always no. You don't. You are enough just as you are. You don't need their validation. You don't need their praise. You don't need their recognition. You just need to believe it yourself. And it's not about arrogance or pretending you're perfect. It's about honest self-respect. It's about recognizing your flaws and still loving yourself. It's about being kind to yourself when you make mistakes. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, I am worthy of love, starting with my own. Tom's turning point came when he stopped posting pictures just to get compliments. When he stopped fishing for praise in conversations. When he started journaling 3 things he liked about himself every day. Slowly, that daily practice rewired his brain. Slowly, his reflection stopped being a stranger and became a source of strength. His confidence didn't depend on anyone else's approval anymore. It grew from the inside out. You have to let go of the need to be seen through someone else's eyes. You have to stop asking for permission to feel good about yourself. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you, your healing, your strength, your peace. If you keep waiting for others to tell you you're okay, you'll stay stuck. You'll keep circling that pain, that hurt, that need for validation. You'll keep giving your power away. But when you stop seeking their approval, when you start giving it to yourself, you take back control. You reclaim your heart. This is the moment to choose growth over revenge or resentment. To stop chasing the approval that never lasts. To start building a foundation inside yourself that can't be shaken by someone else's absence or silence. You don't need their apology to heal. You don't need their recognition to move forward. You need your own voice telling you you're enough. So start today. Write down those 3 things you like about yourself. Say them out loud. Repeat until your reflection becomes your strongest ally. This is where your healing begins. This is where your heart becomes whole again. You have to let go. Stop waiting for validation. Stop feeding your fragility. Choose to be your own source of strength. Because when you do, nothing and no one can break you. And that's when real healing starts. Chapter 9. Choose growth over revenge or resentment. Anger feels like fire in your chest. It burns hot and it demands attention. It's easy to believe that holding on to that fire will make things right. You think if you can hurt them back, you'll even the score. But that fire doesn't burn them. It burns you. Every time you replay the hurt, every time you imagine revenge, you tighten the chains that bind you to the past. Anger and revenge are like quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. You have to stop feeding that fire. You have to choose growth instead. Growth is not easy. It never is. It means stepping out of the dark place where your pain lives and walking into a light that feels foreign and uncomfortable. Choosing growth means saying no to bitterness and yes to healing. It means telling yourself, I will not let this break me. That's hard in the quiet hours when the world is asleep and your mind races. But it's exactly what sets you free. Growth unties your hands from the past and opens your future. It is the hardest choice you'll make and the most freeing. Lisa's story is not unique. She wanted to hurt him back, to make him feel the pain she felt. For a moment, it seemed like the right thing to do. But every attempt to get even only left her feeling emptier. She realized her anger was a leash, not a shield. It kept her tethered to someone who didn't deserve her energy. When she let go of revenge, she found something unexpected peace. That peace wasn't given to her. She earned it by choosing herself over her hurt. She chose growth, and with it came freedom. When bitterness rises, it feels like a storm inside you. It's tempting to let that storm rage, but you have a choice. Breathe deeply. Inhale calm. Exhale the urge to lash out. This is not weakness. It is strength. You redirect that energy. Take it out of the place where it hurts you and put it into something that builds you. Your goals, your dreams, your growth. Let your success be the loudest response. When you accomplish something because you refuse to be broken, that is the real victory. You have to remind yourself that holding on to anger is holding on to a prison. You are the one locked inside. The key is in your hand. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you. The pain you carry is heavy, but the weight of resentment is heavier. It drags you down. You have to let it go. Let go of the what-ifs and the if-onlys. Stop chasing revenge. Stop feeding your bitterness. It's a trap. You don't need their apology to heal. You don't need their remorse to move on. Growth asks you to face your pain head-on without using it as a weapon. It's about looking at your heartbreak and saying, this hurt me, but it will not define me. It means learning from what happened, owning your part, forgiving yourself, and then stepping forward with courage. It is not about forgetting or pretending you're okay. It's about choosing a path that leads away from destruction and toward life. You might think growth means being passive, like giving up, but it's the opposite. Growth is active. It requires effort every day. It means you do not let bitterness steal your joy. When you feel that familiar sting of anger, you acknowledge it, but you don't let it control you. You breathe. You focus on what you want for your life. You work on yourself. You build your future. It's not easy to do, but it's necessary. Remember Lisa? She didn't erase her pain overnight. She didn't flip a switch and suddenly feel peace. It was a slow process. She chose to stop reliving the past through anger. She chose to invest in herself. She started small reading, exercising, reconnecting with friends. Each step was a refusal to let bitterness win. Over time, the fire in her chest cooled. It was replaced by something stronger, hope. Hope that she could be whole again. Hope that her future was hers to write. Your anger isn't wrong. It's a natural response to being hurt, but it's a response that can either chain you or free you. You have to decide which it will be. You don't have to carry the weight of their mistakes. You don't have to be defined by their choices. You have to let go of revenge, because revenge is a dead-end street. It leads nowhere but back to pain. When you feel that bitter voice inside telling you to lash out, to get even, pause. Breathe deeply. Remind yourself that your worth is not measured by their actions. Your healing is not dependent on their suffering. Redirect that energy into your growth. Set goals that light you up. Work toward becoming the person you want to be, the person they never recognized, but you always were. This is the work of healing. It's messy, it's painful, it's slow, but it's real. When you stop caring about revenge, when you stop letting anger dictate your days, you open space for something new. You open space for peace, for joy, for a future that belongs to you. You don't have to wait for them to change or come back. You don't have to wait for closure. You create it for yourself. This isn't about forgetting. It's about choosing not to be a prisoner. You honor what happened by learning from it, but you don't live in it. You live beyond it. You let go of the past's grip by choosing to grow. You take that painful energy and turn it into fuel for your future. You become unbreakable, even though you are broken. You are allowed to be angry. You are allowed to be hurt, but you do not have to be bitter. Bitterness is a poison that seeps into every part of your life. It steals your peace and your potential. You have to choose growth. Choose it even when it's hard. Choose it especially when it feels impossible. Because growth is freedom. Growth is healing. Growth is the only way out. So when the bitterness rises, when the desire for revenge claws at you, stop. Breathe. Remember Lisa. Remember the freedom waiting on the other side of anger. Redirect your energy into your goals. Let your success be your answer. Let your peace be your victory. This isn't about them anymore. This is about you, about your life, your future, your healing. You have to let go. Stop waiting for closure. They already showed you who they are. This journey is about you now, about reclaiming your power, about choosing growth over revenge, about becoming the person you were always meant to be, the broken but unbreakable self who rises from the ashes not because they forgot the fire, but because they learned to walk through it. Embrace that new self. Embrace your strength. Embrace your healing. Chapter 10. Embrace your new self, broken but unbreakable. Heartbreak breaks you open. It cracks you wide, exposes the raw parts inside you that you never wanted anyone to see. But here's the truth you need to hear. Being cracked open doesn't mean you're shattered beyond repair. It means you're being reshaped. You are not broken beyond fixing. You are broken, yes, but unbreakable. Think about the way glass behaves when it breaks. It doesn't just disappear into nothingness. It changes shape. It bends to new light. It sometimes even becomes stronger, more beautiful in its imperfections. That's what's happening to you. This pain, this loss, this despair, it's not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new one. One where you hold your cracks like badges of honor rather than marks of shame. You are not the sum of your heartbreak. You are more than the moments that tore you apart. You are the parts that heal. You are the parts that fight through the cold nights and the lonely mornings. You are the parts that refuse to give up even when everything inside screams to quit. This is your power. This is your truth. Let me tell you about Eric. His story isn't unique, but it's powerful because it's real. Eric lost someone he loved deeply. His world fell apart. It wasn't just a breakup. It was a loss that left him gasping for air. For months, he dragged himself through the days, feeling like every step forward was just another step away from the person he used to be. But then, something shifted. Eric realized that his pain wasn't a trap. It wasn't a cage keeping him stuck. His heartbreak was a foundation. Every scar, every tear, every sleepless night became a brick in the house he was building for himself. He stopped trying to erase the past and started using it. He didn't hide his scars. He showed them. He carried them boldly, a testament to his survival. He began to see himself differently, not as a victim of heartbreak, but as a warrior who survived it. Not as someone broken beyond repair, but as someone cracked open and reshaped by the fire. Eric's past pain became the floor he stood on, not the ceiling that kept him from rising. This is what you need to do too. Stop pretending like your pain defines you. Stop thinking that your heartbreak is a permanent sentence. It's not. You are cracked open, yes, but not shattered. You are reshaped, yes, and stronger than before. So how do you start? How do you begin to build this new self? First, write your story. Not the story you think others want to hear. Not the story filled with blame, regret, or shame. Write your story starting right now, from this moment forward. Include your scars. Include your pain. Include your moments of weakness and your moments of strength. They all belong to you. They all make you who you are. When you write your story, make the scars marks of survival, not shame. Those scars tell a story of resilience. They tell a story of courage. They tell the world and yourself that you lived through the storm and you are still standing. You don't have to hide those parts of yourself. You don't have to pretend they don't exist. Own them. Step into your power one breath at a time. Some days will be harder than others. You will want to retreat, to hide, to forget. But healing isn't a race. It's not about rushing past the pain or pretending it never happened. It's about showing up for yourself every day, even when you don't feel like it. Remember, this isn't about them anymore. They already showed you who they are. You don't need their apology, their validation, or their return to heal. This is about you. This is about reclaiming your life, your joy, your peace. Stop waiting for closure. Closure is a myth if you're waiting for it from someone else. Closure comes from inside you. It comes when you decide to stop looking back and start facing forward. When you choose to embrace the parts of yourself that are new, unfamiliar, and yes, broken but unbreakable. You have to let go of the idea that your heartbreak limits you. It doesn't. It expands you. It opens doors you never thought you'd walk through. It teaches you how to be soft and strong at the same time. It teaches you how to survive and thrive. Every broken piece inside you is a piece of your new self. The self that is more honest, more real, more whole than before. The self that doesn't need anyone else's approval to feel worthy. The self that knows pain but chooses hope anyway. You might feel scared to embrace this new self. You might feel like you're stepping into the unknown without a map. That's okay. Healing is messy. It's uncertain. It's painful. But it's also beautiful. And it's yours. So start today. Write your story. Tell yourself the truth. Hold your scars up like trophies. Breathe into your power. One breath, one moment, one day at a time. You are cracked open, yes, but never shattered. You are reshaped, yes, stronger than before. You are broken but unbreakable. This is your journey now. It's about breaking free from the past that tried to trap you. It's about stepping into a future that's yours to create. You have to let go of what was. You have to stop waiting for them to come back, or for an apology that may never come. They already showed you who they are. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you. You're not the same person you were before. You're new. You're different. And that's okay. That's good. That's exactly what healing looks like. Now, as you begin to embrace this new self, prepare yourself to take the next step. It's time to let go of the old wounds fully and start to build the life you deserve. You've stopped looking back. You've started facing forward. You came here broken. You're leaving stronger. Healing isn't magic, it's messy, slow, and deeply personal. It starts when you stop waiting for someone else to fix you and start fixing yourself. Remember, detachment isn't giving up, it's giving yourself a chance to breathe, grow, and reclaim your peace. Your heart is not a wound to hide, but a fire waiting to rise. Keep moving forward, even when it hurts. Keep choosing yourself, even when it's hard. You are not alone, and this pain will not last forever. So stand up, look in the mirror, and say, I am worthy of love. I am worthy of happiness, and I will keep healing. Your next chapter starts now. Keep going.